discussing error handling. But first and foremost, if I project my screen, let's discuss from the codes you've written so far. Have you encountered any error? Please, you can use your mic to
Yes.
respond if encounter. Okay, can I
Yeah.
just get one or two to tell me about their experience?
Yeah, I've encountered
Pardon?
errors. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Pardon?
Yes, we can hear you.
Should I go ahead? Sorry.
Oh, someone else can speak. In your programming experience so far, have you encountered an error? If yes, just relate it. Tell us what you encountered so that we can begin from there. No one speaking. Okay, since no one is speaking, please, I would like the class to be very. Anytime I ask a question, you want to speak, just unmute your mic and speak. Do we get
Okay, we have
that?
been raising our hands anyway.
Okay, no, just unmute your mic and speak.
Okay. I don't know if I'm
So,
audible now or if I'm being
good.
heard.
Irene, you are audible. So, Irene should go on. But once someone is speaking, please, no one should speak. So, Irene, you have the mic. Tell us your experience.
Yeah, I've encountered errors, especially the most common one is syntax error, where maybe you're supposed to put semicolon. My the most error I've encountered so far is mostly syntax errors, and you just to walk back where you started from and just try to see what you're missing and try to put the syntax in the right way.
Okay. You said syntax error. So, I love what you said, syntax error. Good. So, someone else.
Just to add up what she said,
Yeah.
syntax error, like as little as comma,
Yes.
as little as that, you completely forget that, oh, you, you have a list and then you're supposed to put a comma and then it just keep your head and then it just turn out to be a syntax error.
Okay.
I gather that one a lot.
Okay. That is nice. Now, in programming, we have errors, which we refer to as bug. And the act of removing these bugs, we call it debugging. Are we together?
Yeah.
Good. So, like you can see the quote there. Great coders aren't those who never made mistake, but those who never let a mistake go unfixed. Because in programming, no matter how good you may be at any stage, you still have some errors, some errors that will come from you as the programmer, and some errors that will come from the users of your code. Today, we'll be looking at error handling. How can we handle errors? Knowing fully well that errors, you have the syntax error, you have the semantic error, and you have what we can call the runtime error. Now, in the syntax error, it arises when the syntax of a language is not obeyed. Then we have a syntax error. Every language have their own syntax. When we refer to syntax, we refer to the vocabulary. For example, in English language, spelling boy as BYO instead are we together? Semantic errors are those errors that arises of the grammar in the language. For example, in English language, having a statement like the boy coming is will give you an error, which is a grammatical error, because it ought to be the boy is coming. So we also have this in programming, and it's referred to as semantic error. For example, the wrong use of if, elif, s, the wrong use of while, the wrong use of match, case. Those will result to semantic error. Are we together? Then the last error, which comes from runtime error, it can actually crash the program. It can result to the program ending prematurely. So in that situation, what do we have to do? As a programmer, we have to capture the errors and handle it properly. Are we together? I believe we are together.
Yes, we are.
Good. So, what are you expected to obtain at the end of this lesson? You understand the different types of errors in Python? Like, I'm sure you might have seen syntax error, name error when you're using a variable that has not been declared, and some others. You handle the errors using try except else finally. We'll introduce that today. You can also raise your custom exception. You can raise your own error. Then you can use your assert for debugging. What is assert? Assert is a keyword in Python which is used to check if something actually is something. Right? That's you use assert to check or to verify. That's what we call to ascertain. You say X is equals to Y. You can ascertain if X is really equals to Y. If it is not equal to Y, then it brings out a message. Then also at the end, you'll be able to apply error handling in real world scenario. I have just explained what errors are, and you can see then that errors makes our code not to make sense that much. It makes our code not to make sense. It makes it kind of immature, right? And it presents messages that are not sweet and appealing to the eyes. Okay, you see, errors are issued in a program that causes it to misbehave or crash unexpectedly. I've said that, and some other things. Now let's look at a real world scenario. Think of it like driving a car with airbags. You don't plan to crash, but if something goes wrong, the airbag, which is the error handler, protects the program from full failure. You see it? So error handling is really vital. It's really important so that we can keep our program running smoothly. This is an example, just a simple code. Start, that's the print, start of the program, x equals to 5 divided by 0. Say this program will crash. It will give us an error. What is the error it will give us? It will give us division by 0 error. So we can actually fix this error using the try except. Do you get that? So quickly, I will stop presenting this, then I will go over to my VS Code so that we can begin to practice and see the real life scenario of our error handling. Okay, so I am in my file and I have this. So I will quickly do this. I'll quickly do this. I can have print. Can you see it, or should I increase my code, the fonts?
Yes.
Zoom in a
Please
little.
increase your phone.
Is it okay? Or should I still increase?
It's okay.
Good to go.
Okay. Okay. Start. And let me just say program starts. So we can simply ask it to x. X is a variable. We are assigning the division of 5 by 0 to 8. We can print this.
You are putting the thing correct.
Pardon? Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you. So I can simply run this from the terminal, or I can use my code runner to run it. And when I ran this, it told me Python not found. Let me go to let me run from my terminal. I'm Python 3. And the file is error handling.py. You see the error it gave me. It's printed the program starts. Then on executing line 2, it brought out this error. Division by 0 error. So the program ends. It did not get to line 3. So how can we handle this? Perfectly, we can use our try and except. So we can have a try, and whenever you see this column, you know that this must be a block. This is what we're trying. So this must be a block. Then, after we try it, if there be an error, this is the except. So the except handles the error. Initially, let me show you this. Except, we can capture the error calling a particular error code. In Python, we have different error, I'll call it error codes in Python. Zero division error, name error, value error, we have a key error, we have index error. There are lots. We'll get to see all of them today. So I can say this: zero division error, except zero division error. Then when it encounters zero division error, what did I want you to do? I can just simply print. You can't divide by zero. Then program ends. Right? So on this note, let's run this once more and let's see what will be the outputs. I pull this and it tells me what? Program starts, you can't divide by zero, program ends. You see it? So you can discover that the first error, the first program we wrote was not matured. It crashed the program. It did not get to the last line of the program. But using error handling technique, executes the program to the last line. Do you understand? Is there any question? Good. Tanya just shows that she understood. That's nice. And this makes it more beautiful whenever we are writing our code. So quickly, let's look at some error types in Python. I told you we have error types. For example, for one, we have a syntax error. And Irene made us auto understand that she had encountered a syntax error. Good. Then we have name error. We have type error. Name error tells us when we are using a variable that is not defined, then we encounter a name error. For the type error, you know, every variable in Python has a data type. So when a type error is raised in Python, it means that there is a wrong data type in operation. There is a wrong data type in operation. So we have to avoid that. Are we together? Good. Then we also have a value error, what we can call an error that have the right data type, but the value is wrong. Can I continue?
Yes, boss.
Oh, thank you. Then we have index error. You know, when you are working with a list and you are indexing the list, then it goes out of index, then to give you index error. Also, let's quickly see this code. I'll let you on your end to type it and tell me what you have. Is that okay? I'll present the code to you and you practice. I don't know, can you practice and at the same time go through this? Are we together? Okay, let's practice it together. Let's practice the code together. I go back to my VS Code. I will simply show syntax error, runtime error, and the different types of error. Quickly, let me just put this in a comment. I want to have my syntax error. I have my syntax error, of which I've defined what syntax error is. Who can help me out with the definition? Who can help me out?
That's an error that occurs when we don't use the right grammar that Python understands, or we don't say things the way Python wants us to say it.
Good, good. So you see this, when I'm in a haste and I type this, I will have a syntax error. Let me run this code and let's see what it will have. So I run the code, then it tells me what? Syntax error. You see this? And what is the missing error there? What's the missing syntax? It's simply what? Parenthesis. I need to close it back. Are we together? So let's look at another type of error. I will call this, I'll call it a runtime error. And I get a variable called num. I make it an integer. And when I use ints like this, I'm having typecasting. I want to change something to an integer. Then in this place, I will have an error also. What is the error I will have? I will have this error. It shows me what? Value error. Sorry, please. It should be value error, because this is a wrong value. This can only work when I have a numeric string that I want to convert to an integer. Are we aware of that? That's why whenever you use input, you always use your floats to convert it to a float or an integer. Okay, so we've seen two error types. Good, let's look at this error. What will it give us? Someone will name it for me. I will just keep it blank. Variable called AVG, average, which is equal to, I have 2 plus 4 plus 6, and all is divided by 2. What will this give me? I should print this out. I should print it out. Print. We've used string or string interpolation, so let me do that. Print the average is, how can I do it? Is it AVG? Am I right? Tanya, am I right? Hello? Am I still
No,
being
you're
heard?
not.
I'm
Yeah.
not right. Okay, correct me. I want you to correct me. What will I use?
You put it in a placeholder using the curly braces.
Okay, curly braces. That's nice. I like that. Good. So it goes on. I run the code and I will have this. Sorry, I did not comment this. I'll have, okay, around this, I'll have the average is 6.0, right? The average is 6.0. Now let's assume that we actually, is this the average actually? Is this the average?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it's average.
No, it's not the average.
Oh, that's not the average. Should be
Yes.
by 3.
Thank you. It should be by 3. By 3. Good. It should be by 3. Okay. So now let's get more practice on try and accept. Remember, try and accept has 4 parts. We have the try, which,
Sorry, Mr. Hamplos, just a minute.
yes, sir. Okay.
Just that place shady. I think some persons never knew that there was an error you explained there. That's a logical error. Because they never
Okay.
knew that the program ran very well, but then that was a logical error. So
Yes,
please for
that's
them,
true.
so that they don't get confused. Thank you. So your code will run very well, but you may not have any error. So the logic is not correct. You're having 3 items in average. You're supposed to divide by 3 instead of 2. So
Oh, thank you very much,
Go
Mr.
ahead, sir.
Douglas, for that. Okay, so as I was saying, the try and accept has 4 parts. The try block lets you to test a block of code for error to check if this code will work. This code, will it work? This thing, I don't want this particular thing to give an error that will crash my program. So you place that particular line of code under the try block. Then the accept, you use the accept to capture any error. And the accept can be more than one. Can be more than one. So you can capture the errors using accept. And when capturing the error, you can specify the error type, not just being general. We'll get to see when we are just general, when we do not specify the error type. Okay, so now let's, and then the S part of the try and accept block is used to execute the code. It will execute the code if there is no error in the try. Do we understand that? If there's no error in the try, it executes the code in accept. If there's error in the try, it executes the code in if there is no error in the try, it executes the code in else. But if there is error in the try, it executes the code in accept. Are we together? Then the last block is finally. And finally, it always executes the code, whether there's an error or there's not an error. Something like you want to say, thank you. Finally, you put it in the finally block. So if it tries, there's an error, you tell the person in the accept that this is the error. Then finally, you tell the person, thank you for trying. For instance, then if you try, there is no error, it executes the S. And it also tells the person, thank you, even finally. Do you get that? Okay, once more, let's make a try of the value error. Let's capture it. So I type the code. I start with my try. Some persons might be wondering that I'm not using autopilot. I don't like using autopilot. int. I'll say inputs. Good. Then I'll put my string to pass a message so that my inputs your age, enter your age. Then I can either give a space this way or I give a new line character. How many of us know the new line character? If you know the new line character, just unmute your mic and say, yeah, you do. So we can introduce it if you don't. Okay, we'll show
Not
that in
everyone
this
knows
program.
this.
Okay, we'll show that in this program. Good.
Yeah,
So the next is print. You are this. I say you are. Someone should correct me. Your age is old. Okay, what is wrong with line 2? With line 20, sorry.
You're supposed to put the F after
Good. Perfect.
your F string.
Good. Perfect. Right? Who said that?
It's Tanya.
Oh, Tanya. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Okay, so raising an except. If I raise except without specifying the type of error, then it will just print out. But first and foremost, before we go to this place, let me comment this and let's see what will be the output of this. Right? This program will run line 20, line 19 and 20. So let's see what will be the output. I said enter your age. I said 67. Good. I press enter. It says you are 67-year-old. Okay. So if I should do it without a string formatting, I have it this way. And of course, I have to do this. If I should do this, enter my age, I said, we are trying to raise a value error. I said, okay. I said, TY, for example, but a value error because it's expecting a number, an integer, not a string. Are we together? Good. So I can fix it back. In either way, I just showed you something. Do you understand what I did now? Hello, do you understand?
Yes, I do.
You understand, right? Good. I'm fine. Which means it's expecting an integer, but I gave it a string. I want to capture that. It gives me what? A value error. I want to capture the value error. So I have to put this, indent, then uncomment this too. First and foremost, if I go without specifying the value error in the except, then I have place a valid number. I have this, then I run the code. If let me the age, I enter TY, and it said, please enter a valid number. I just generally captured the error, but it makes more sense when I have value error specified. Are we together? Then when I run this code, I entered something that's not a number. It tells me this. Now, why should I capture it specifying the value error? Because the except can be more than one. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, sir. Yes, we are together.
Good. The except can be more than one. So in that situation, I should specify with the error type and not just generally capturing the error. So you find out that we're using try and except, the program did not just crash like this nasty way it crashed above, but it became more presentable. It became more presentable. So let's see, I was just discussing a moment ago on the except can be more than one. The except can be more than one. So let's see how to handle that. Let's see how to handle multiple exception. So we have this same code, enter a number. This time around, I will use the new line character. That's S /n, right? Enter a number. Enter a number, and I want the number. I want to check if the number can be divided by 0 by having this result equal to the number. Let me change this number, or let me use num divide by 0, or we already know that as a 10 divided by num. Good. When I have this first part is if the user did not enter a number, I'll say enter a number. Then let me assume that the number the user entered is 0. If the number the user entered is 0, what will happen? I will have a 0. Okay, let's do this first. Let's do this. I run this code. It tells me enter a number. You see, the new line character makes me to go to the next line and not on the same line. You say enter the number, and I entered something that is not a number. Good. I enter I press enter. It tells me enter a valid number because I captured the error. The program did not crash. But I do it again and I entered a number, but it's 0. I press enter and it crashes now. It tells me number cannot be divided by 0. So I have a 0 division error. Right? So I need to capture this in the except, also in another except. I have except 0 division, then I give it a statement. So what should be the statement? I say cannot divide by 0. Okay, let me just explain this. Please, if you are using a single quote, you cannot use this cannot. It will create an error. So use a double quote when you are practicing. Good. So when we run this, and this time around I enter a valid number, I entered 0, then it tells me cannot divide by 0. Is it clear? Good.
No, I have a question.
Okay, please ask your question.
I know the first error, which is the value error, attends to line 19, and this one
Yes.
attends to line 20. So
Yes.
now, are you envisaging that rightfully you know that syntax wise this is
that your
not
question?
okay? No, I said, and you know syntax wise is not it's an error. So are you envisaging that this will occur because you're already specifying, okay, we have value error? Is it when you run that you go and put your except line of code, or how do you figure the error before you write it? I don't seriously get
Good.
it.
As a beginner, you will not be able to figure the error before writing your code. That was why I ran it first and showed you the error and how it crashed the program. So by now, since we've done this, you will not get to know that this error cannot happen. When this number cannot happen when you divide by 0, it cannot go through, sorry, whenever you divide by 0. Are we together? Do you understand my explanation?
Yes.
So
As
you
a
run
beginner,
before you know
as a
the error.
beginner, just hold on, please. As a beginner, you won't be able to just know. It's not except you have a divine intervention. But as a beginner, you won't be able to know just like that, except you practice it and you now see the error. So you cannot capture the error in your except code. Are we together?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Chikwado's hand
Good
is
and
up.
fine. Pardon?
Chikwado's hand is up. Favor Chibuike.
Okay, no, any person that want to answer a question, you can ask once. Please answer your question.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. I'm sorry that I
Good
joined
evening.
late. I'm sorry I joined due to network issues. I didn't really understand the names or the identifier that is attached to the excepts, right?
Okay.
Does it mean that we can really add any name there, or does the name have no? I don't know.
Okay. Please,
Did
Mr.
you answer my question?
Douglas. Mr. Douglas. Mr. Douglas. Dr. Douglas.
Yes, please. What was the question again?
Please answer the question. Let me put on my generator. My system is down.
All right, please ask a question again. Who was asking a question? Can you hear me?
Okay, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Chikwado.
Okay, sir. The names attached to the right?
The
Can we
names
just
attached
put any
to.
names or the identifier?
Okay.
Is it a
No.
or is it just any name?
No, it's not. You mean after they accept those names there, right?
After except.
No, they are not. They are not just words. Okay. So, for example, now if you see when he's running the program, you will see 0 division error. So that is a way Python organizes how the errors are going to come out. Okay. So it is left for you, just like Irene was asking, and I was trying to respond to her by typing. So what happens is that whenever you're writing a code like this, and you are testing. For example, now you have zero division error. You might not know as a beginner. Can you hear me? You might not know as a beginner what could cause any error. So it is when you run a code like this, you will know, okay, I inputted 0 and 0 is meant to be an error. How do I handle it? You will see at the top here, it says zero division error. So that is how you will get the exceptions. That is how we added that except zero division error. Then you give the value you want the errors to catch. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, so
All right. Can I add my voice?
um
Can I add my voice, Mr. Douglas?
yes, please, Mr. Tusi.
It's okay. So just to add to what he has said already, the why we are learning this topic is not as a programmer, as somebody who is coding to solve a real world problem. You have to be proactive. Just like Mr. Hamplos have said, you may not know what your users and how they will interact with your program. Let's say you're creating a form and somebody is meant to put an email. And so when somebody puts something that does not look like an email, it should raise or it should show an error. Where you're supposed to put a number, age is a number, and you're putting something, instead of typing 20, you're typing 20. It should raise an error that is not a number. So actually, why we are learning this is so that you can be proactive in writing your code and using the try except block to handle possible errors that might occur that will lead to crash of your program. That's where I just want to add up. So you might not be able to know beforehand what the problem will be, but as a programmer, you need to be proactive. And that's why we're having the try except.
Exactly, and that is the reason why we always have to test our code before pushing to production or before deploying. Okay, if you're writing real code, you always need to test all these things beforehand, before it crashes on production, before it does these things, so that you know where errors are coming and how to accept them. Yeah, are we clear, Mr. Tukadu?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Please, you can go ahead, Mr. Hamplos.
Okay.
Is he there?
It seems he's not here. Maybe he's not here while he comes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Ahmad.
Okay, he's here.
So can we proceed?
It's like your gen is interfering with the network.
My Jane?
Yes, you are hearing.
Okay, let me put up the fan. Just a moment. Can you still hear that?
Yes, I see. It's still humming.
I don't think it's from the gen. Please check your headset. Check your headset or whatever you're using. I think it's from there.
Is it better now? Is it better now?
It's minimal. It's better now.
Best.
Okay, thank you. So let's proceed. Now we have two excepts, and we have captured the two excepts. the error codes, but this will not specify it particularly to go down, paste it. Then instead of this, I'll just let me delete this. I'll specify this in a tuple. Many a times in Python program language, you want to specify two things. You can specify it in a tuple. Then I can just write a simple message, an error occurred. I'll specify this as exception, as E, good. Then I'll specify an error as occurred. Then I'll specify the E. Get source it as a variable as E, then print this out. So let's try this and get output. So I entered, first let me go with the value error. I entered CY. Just an error has occurred.
Hello, Mr. Ample. I can still hear the background noise.
Hear the background noise.
Yes.
Okay, if I remove my headset now, if it's better.
Very well, very well.
Yes,
Better,
yes,
better.
it's best.
Hello, can you hear me? Is it better?
Yes, it's better. It's better, bro. Can you hear me?
It's better this way without the headset, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So, good. So, you see this, it has captured this and just specified invalid literal for integer with base 10. This. It doesn't give a more beautiful message to the user. The user that does the user that's not a programmer might not understand this. Okay, let's go with the second error. And I entered 0. Now it's a right value. Now it's a right value, but it's a right value now, but it is going to give us a problem because you cannot divide by 0. So I key it in. Okay, thank you. So I key it in. Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you. So it gives me an error as occurred, division by 0. So in either way, either you present your multiple error, Does it mean network and the generator is interfering with the network? Or the network just started this problem now?
We can hear you well, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I asked a question.
Please share your
Which
screen
way?
back. Okay, good.
Yes, I've done that.
Thank you.
I asked a question. Which way do you think, or do you as a user prefer to handle your error? Is it in using line 18 to 24 or using line 26 to 30? Which way would you prefer to handle your errors? Can I hear from you?
26 to 30.
26 to 30? Okay, that's from Irene or Tanya.
Tanya.
Okay. Well, that's okay, but me, I will prefer line 18 to 24 because it will relate closely to those that don't have programming experience. Right? Okay, that is just multiple error handling. Remember, I told you that when you use try and except, you can have 4 blocks in your try and except, right? I told you the try is to test for the validity or let me call it validity of a code to find out if it will bring out an error or not. While the except is to capture the errors. Then we have another block which is called the S block. This S is when there is no error in the try block, the code in the S block will be executed. But if there's an error, the code will not be executed. It is the code in the except that will be executed, which we have seen. Good. So, and finally, I told you that whether there's an error or there's no error, the code will be executed in the finally block. So let's try this. Try. What are we trying? We say num equals to int. Just give me a moment, please. Let me attend to someone. Just a moment, please. I'll be back. Mr. Douglas, you can take over. Just a moment. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So let's discuss before he comes back. Okay. Now, in the try and accept block. Okay. In the try and accept block, we have. He was trying to explain the essence of using else in try and accept block. Okay, and he explained that the else there is just like when we have our conditional statement. Okay, so if the code runs on the condition, okay, it is not going to, the else block is not going to be executed. And if the block of code in the if statement runs, then the else block doesn't execute and vice versa. Now, in the except block, or in the except in try and in the else in try and except, it tries whatever we have here, and when there is an except, it catches the error and gives us the value of what that error is. If there is no error, it will go down to the else block and give whatever thing we want to have in our else. Okay, Mr. Hamplos, you can continue.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Okay, so we have this code, int number, int input. What are we inputting? I want to give an instruction to the user, enter a number. Sorry, I like using this new line character. So when the number is entered, we'll have the except. We have the except, which is print, except someone will tell me the error I'm making here from the mentees. Invalid inputs. Then what next? I'll go to the next side, which is S. I'm purposely making some errors and I need someone to tell me as we progress. Sprint among the maintained. So just begin to look for the errors, begin to look back what you have learned. Enter. Print, you entered, okay, you entered this, let me just say you entered num. So finally, finally, you should print every mentee will tell me the error. They see one error, you tell me one error, I have multiple errors there. Okay, over to the first mentee. Just unlock, unmute your mic and let me know.
Yes, the finally block.
Yes.
The finally block.
Yes.
Is wrongly indented.
Wrong indentation. Thank you. Is it only the finally block?
Then the else block too.
Good. Everything here.
Yes, block too.
Yes. Good. Good. Yes. Who else?
So in line 30, your print has double T instead of one T.
Perfect.
39.
Good.
39.
Good. Okay. Now let's run this code. Let's see what we have. So I run the code and it said enter a number. The first, let me enter, and there's something I want us to see also. Let me enter Y. And it tells me what? Invalid inputs. Execution completed. You see this? I just captured my error. So once there's an error, it just tells me that, but the nice way to do it as a professional, I should enter what is that error that should be there? Value error. Because if the person did not enter an integer, it will raise a value error. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay, so which is to say that we can decide not the type of error in the example.
Yes, you can decide, but it is not professional. You get it? So to do it in a professional way, you put it, and now that we have specified the error, let's see how it will come out. I specify you and you see it. But someone that is going through the code cannot understand, okay, this is when there's a value error. It will have it will execute this code beneath. Do you understand? And even if I think we can do this, if we specify as E here, then we'll print this and say invalid this, comma E. Then we'll run this code. I entered something that is not an integer. It tells me this. Do you understand it now? You're seeing 3 ways of doing something. But the idea here is that once there's an error, the except block is executed. If there is no error, then what will be executed? Let's go this time around without having an error. I enter 12 and it gives me you entered 12. So which block executed? The S executed. Are we together? Then this finally, you can find out when there was an error, finally executed. When there was no error, finally executed. So whether you have error or not, the finally block is always executed. Are we together?
So, what's not the need for the finally since it will execute in?
The need for the finally is you want to tell this person thank you, or you want to tell the person you are done execution, or you want to tell the person I appreciate your time. You can do that.
Okay, sir.
Let me add my voice to that answering of the question too. Can I?
Okay, you are free, sir.
Yes. That finally, let me take another case scenario. If you're working with a file and you open the file, you read from the file or you wrote to the file, under your finally block, you can close the file after using it. So that block of code that closes the file can be under your finally block. It's just to clean up whatever you've done.
Okay. Good. So, is there anyone that does not understand this try, except, and finally? Try, except, S, finally. Okay, I strongly believe that we do understand it. Good. There is something else. You as a developer or as a programmer, you want to raise your own custom errors that the person, the user must specify this, must meet this criteria. Let's assume that the admission age for JAMB is, I think it's 16 years, but someone is buying JAMB form and at the point of registering, a key in the age as anything less than 16, then it should be able to tell the person that no, you must be at least 16 years of age. Let's write that program. Let's see. It's like a real life scenario. So we can say age equal to inputs. Inputs. Is it right if I use input integer?
It's wrong, sir.
It's wrong. Good. Thank you. So I should use int inputs, which means get the input and convert it to an int. teacher, I say enter your age. Yeah, I do this. Then I enter if is less than, remember we are using 16. If age is less than 16, should raise an error, which is a value error. We can just call this a value error and specify you must be at least 16 years, but your age is age. So let me put my S string. Good. So now we can have our S prints access granted. So if we run this code, will it work? Yes, it will work. But there is something that we did not consider. We did not consider something, and I would like someone to tell me later what we did not consider. So let me run this code. I come over to my terminal. I run the code, say enter the age, and I entered 14. And it tells me this. You must be at least 16 years, but you entered the age you entered, but your age is okay, but your age is 14. It has raised this for me. Do you see this? Do you understand this? Do you understand? Okay, perfect. So who can tell me what is the error that we did not consider? If I run this code and someone that wants to, when a programmer is done programming, you give it to a tester that will test your code, and the testers, they are very, very funny. They will test your code to find every way to break your code. And I am seeing something that a tester will do to destroy this code. Who can tell me what is that?
Is value error. Type error.
Good. Type error. Because if I run this code, I run my Python 3, then I specify error handling just to get the file, please. And I run this code, and I entered, the person wants to, say enter your age, and the person put 13. Yeah, the person has supplied an input, but I run this code now. It tells me this problem. So I did not capture this value error. So it is better, henceforth, whenever we are writing our code, we should use the try except block.
Okay. So I have a question. So is it advisable that
Pardon?
is it advisable? Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so is it advisable we should be using try error in our codes?
Try except. Yes, it's advisable.
Yes, try except. Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
it's advisable.
Okay,
Now you
thank
see, now that I'm using try except, you see how this code will work. Right? So when I do this and I run this code and the user type 13, it tells the person, you must enter a number, not string. It looks more presentable now. other than when the program crashed. Do you see why we must use try except?
Yes.
Good. So when I run
Please, I'm a
it,
bit confused.
you are a bit confused. Okay, please tell me where you are confused from.
Line 44, raise, and then they accept. I'm trying to understand the raise and then they
Okay,
accept.
good and fine. Let me just go all over again. Initially, this is what I did. We wrote a code. We started by saying we can write a code that we customize our errors for us, to customize our errors, right? And this was what I did. I gave a scenario that a user is registering for JAM, and the condition is that the age must be 16 years at least, but the user is presently not 16 years, and you as the programmer, you have been called upon to design the system, but you find out that in the course of programming that there might be some persons that will say, oh, let me just try now whether JAM will catch me and give a lower age. So to avoid that scenario, to avoid error happening, you can use your raise keyword to raise an error. So this program will check for the age of the user. If the age of the user is less than 16, it prints out you must be at least 16 years. So it's not giving the person go ahead. But if the age is equal to or greater than 16, then it prints access granted. Are you with me?
Yeah, sure.
So when I run this, it tells me enter your age. I enter 14. I press enter. Look at what it told me. You must be at least 16 years, but your age is 14. You get that?
Yes.
Good. So that is a custom error. The person entered the right value. He entered the right, he's using the right value, but our own custom is the value must be greater than 16 or equal to 16. You know, by Python, the wrong value is when you give when you have the right data type, but it has a wrong value. That is when value error will be raised by Python defaults. But now we want our own customization that a value error will be raised when the requirement or the condition is not met. You get that?
Yeah, sure.
Good. So then I proceeded by saying, with this, the user might try to key in 14 instead of 14. 14 in words instead of 14 in numeral. And it will give us an error. Do you know why?
The data type.
Pardon?
The data type.
Not data type. The error it will give us is what? Is value error. The default value error. So when I clean this, it gives me value error. Say 14. Doesn't understand what 14 is. So that was why I went further to avoid the tester that will be called to come and test the code to outshine you, the programmer. Always make use of try and accept. That's why I had to put it in try and accept. Sorry. I had to put it in try and accept, which is below. You see it. So it's now presented this way. Please note that Python does not play with indentation, and you must be sure you are doing the right indentation. Everything under this try that you want it to try will be under try, except if this encountered an error, it should come and execute this. So when we run this way, and the person specified 10 instead of 10 in numeral, then it tells us, please, you must enter a number, not string. You get that? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, at the beginning of the class, I told you that you will learn how to make use of asserts. You will learn how to make use of asserts. Now, what does asserts stand for? Assert is a keyword in Python, which is used to ascertain a particular condition if it is true. For example, you said A equal to 12, right? Or let me say age equals to 12. Then you want to ascertain if the age, let me make it dynamic. I'll say age equals to integer inputs, enter your age. Enter your age. Then I want to ascertain, I'll use assert. I want to ascertain if the age is equal to 12, right? If the age is not equal to 12, it should print an error. I'll say age must be equal to 12. So if age is equal to 12, if this condition executes false, then this statement will be executed. But if the condition in execution is true, then this statement will not be executed. Let's see it. We run the code and tells us enter your age. I enter the age 12. Nothing executes, right? Which means that the statement is true. But let me run the code this time around, and I enter 10, or I enter any age that is not equal to 12. Then it tells me what? Assertion error. Age must be equal to 12. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Good. So, I don't know, Mr. Douglas, do you have something to say concerning assert? Please, just a moment. Just a moment.
Okay, you've said it all, Mr. Hamplos. Okay, so if you don't want to use those kind of steps, you can use assert. Okay, just like we have there. Assert age equal to 12. Age must be equal to 12. Okay, so what that code does actually is it is going to check if the age is equal to 12. So if the age is not equal to 12, it is going to assert a message for us instead of giving us an error. Okay, it's going to tell us that age must be equal to 12. All right. Do we have any question based on this? Okay, I think we do not. All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Hamplos, you can continue.
Okay, thank you. Okay, very much. So we will work on this.
Bruce, do you have a question?
Yes, I got a question. Ring. I was wondering where we would use a start. And if statement can something that tries and statements can do the same.
So please, can you go on with your? Can you repeat the question? It was echoing at my end.
I was wondering why we would use the assent, or when we would use the assent. So that we can do the same thing with the if statement and then the try and catch statements.
Okay, we make use of assert when we are debugging, mostly when we are debugging, and you want to check if a particular condition is met. For example, you want to check that if this condition is met, then you should just proceed. Or you want to check if the data type is actually what is needed to ascertain a particular condition. That's when you use that assert. So when the condition is not met, this message is actually optional. It is here to tell the user that an error has occurred. So we can use it together with an if statement. For example, I will refine this code, this particular line. Let me copy and refine it. I'll say if assert age if not assert, let me use if not assert age equals to 12, then what will happen? I said print you must be 12 years old. When I have this, then I'll say, let me put this as print you are good to go. So let's run this code. Let's see what it will give us. Good. So if not assert, sorry, let me take away this parenthesis. Okay. Saying syntax error. If assert. Okay, let me see. Why is it giving me syntax error?
So can you try putting the not before the assert? Will it work?
Okay. If not assert Okay, let me see. I know I've done this before. So give me, it's telling me assert error. Hold on, let me see.
So maybe
Why
you
is
should
it giving me
remove the
this? Is it because
bracket.
of the parentheses?
Yes.
I have actually removed the brackets, but I don't know why. Let me see. Let me just go through it again.
I think assert should be inside the conditions.
Pardon? Pardon?
Assert should it should be inside the conditions.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Try put it inside the conditions.
In what way now? Please help me. If the condition is if age equals this. Okay, let's say if not age now. So this code will run this way. If not age. So let's say our age is 11. Say you must be 12 years old.
Are you still getting the error?
No. But this time I'm not using assert. I want to use age.
Okay. If you want to use assert, okay, basically if you want to use assert, there's no need adding the condition. What you just need to do is assert age equal to 12.
Good.
You put in.
Yeah, I've understood now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So it will ascertain that, Mr. Douglas, thank you. So if I assert age 12, so I can proceed now. So when I assert age, if age is equal to 12, it will tell me. If age is not equal to 12, so when I run this code, I just assert age equals to 12. Then what next will I proceed with? Remember, if I have comma after this, it's the error message. So let's see something.
Just after the 12. No, wait. After the 12, you can just put comma.
Yeah.
Then the error message. Right?
The error message will come up.
Exactly.
We've done that. Okay. Once we use the comma, once we indicate comma, the error message comes out. This is what we did above. So, Mr. Bruce, you were answering a question. Let me get your question again, please.
I was wondering why we are using assert, and yet what it's doing, it can, and maybe they try and catch ones. So I was wondering why or when do we use that?
Okay, now I get your question. Now it's just an option, an option in debugging. It's just an option in debugging. So if you don't want to use try and except, you can use assert. Let's take for example, when we do this, we will ascertain if the age equals to 12. So we can use try, or what we did. Let me change this using try. I can have try if age, or I'll just go straight with if age is equal to 12. If age is not equal to 12, it should raise an error. So after having my age, I can go to keep this assert statement. If age not equal to 12, then I can raise an error, any error I like. Let me use value error. Raise value error, which is what? Which is your age must be 12. And this will also work just like the assert. If I run this, enter 11, then it gives me this value error, your age must be 12. If I keep this away and I use this, I run it and I enter 10, it tells me age must be equal to 12. Now that's that this assert gives me assertion error, right? But the value, because the raise, because I specify it as a value error, gives me a value error. Are you understanding now? Now, if I use try and except, I can equally use try and except for this. Let's get our hands dirty. I can say try age equals to int input, enter your age. Sorry, I'm missing my address. I'm trying to meet up to time so that I won't keep you waiting. Enter your age, right? So next, I want to go to the next statement. If age not equal to 12, then what should happen? If age is not equal to 12, or if age is greater than 12, then what should happen? I can raise an error. Then I can raise the error here. I can raise the error. Raise value error, which is age not 12. Then this my other except cannot be to capture another error. Cannot capture another error, like when I'm specifying, when the user enters something that is not a number, print number inputs must be number, but you entered type. Please, if I'm doing something hard, you let me know. Type of age. I'll specify my S string here. So it determines the type. Whatever thing I enter, determine the type. So when I run this, okay, I entered this. It tells me, age not defined. age error, age not defined. Why is it telling me age not defined? Who can tell me why is it telling me age not defined?
I'm not sure, but could it be that it's the scope of the variable issue?
Pardon?
The scope of the variable issue.
Good. The scope of the variable. That is it. Right? So if I should take this age up, it will be defined. Let's try it. Let's give it a try. I take the age up. I run the code. I enter the age 12. Just printed because the age is equal to 12. So if I run the code and I enter something that is not 12, and it tells me that inputs okay, if age not 12, raise value error age not 12, and 11 inputs get me inputs must be a number you've entered integer. So what's wrong? What's wrong with this code? What's wrong with this code? But the logic is faulty.
We are not, there's no assertion. And
Pardon?
we didn't assert that age must be equal to 12. Neither did we provide any age bracket.
Sorry, I did not get you.
Like, I'm saying that we didn't assert that age must be equal to 12.
Okay.
Yes. So if we had asserted under age that it must be equal to 12, maybe it would have tried, and then when it didn't match, it would have given us the error we specified.
Okay. So when we use an assert, like what we have in 51, it gives us the error. When we use if statement, it will raise the error also. You see this? But
Okay.
we are trying to get using try and except.
So could it be because you are raising two errors, the same error in the if statement and also in the except? You are also
No.
raising error in the except one. You are still raising value error.
No, that is not the error. I don't think that's the problem.
Okay.
Please run the program again.
Good. So we run the program with the value 12 gives us no error. We run the program with the value 11 and it gives us this value error, which is not supposed to.
But
Okay.
Okay. So your you did not put the statement now after if because the age is not equal.
Exactly.
So you did not put the else.
Good. You see it? We did not put the S. So if we indicate the S here, S, good to go. S, print, you are good to go. This code will not have that error. So we run it and put
11.
11. Thank you. Okay. Now it's not supposed to give us this error. If age is not equal to error must be this. Good. So let me return this back to this place.
So please, I think it's because our last line. Are you getting me?
12. We are good to go. We run this. 11 said input must be and if age is not equal to 12, it should use something, but it's not being done.
Can I say something?
Yeah, you are very free.
Okay. The error. What I think is causing the error is we have two value errors there in the raise. So the one in the accept is overriding the value error in raise. So that is how we are having input must be a number whenever we have a number that is not equal to 12. So it's either you use print or you change the custom error you are trying to get. You can write a class to get a specific custom error, then apply it in that raise. Okay, or you just use print. So in that way, the value error that is in accept will not affect the one in raise. Basically, the value error in raise is supposed to be an exception error. But if you want to define a custom error, you can just create a custom error, then call it in your raise.
Good. So we head for. So if I take away the second value error here, then I run the code. I specified 11 as they have the issue. So we go through this code and I will find out what is wrong with this code.
Try to comment out the raise value error. Comment it out. Then you can use print there.
Okay.
Comment that line out. Then use print. Let's see. Good. Print.
Age. Age not 12. Okay. Not 12. Okay. So when I enter, is me. Otherwise, the name age is not defined. And age.
Age should be the variable age should be before the try.
So that's one keep as a result of the score. Okay. So Douglas, do you have any?
Yes, sir. I'm looking at the code. Wait. Age equal to int impute enter. Okay. Try if age not equal to 12. Else print except value error.
Because this age in this place ought to work very well.
Yeah. Then what seems to be the problem?
That's what I thought.
Try age equal to impute. Try age equal to if age not equal to 12. Please clear your terminal, run the program again. Let's have a clear vision of what we're doing.
Oh, sorry.
Clear, CLE.
Okay. So Python 3.
Enter 12 first.
12.
You are good to go. Okay. Run it again. Enter 11.
11. Run it again.
Age, not 12.
Yeah. And run it again.
Enter a sentence. Yeah. Name error. Name age not defined. Are you telling me the truth? Please put the age above the try. Let's test it again.
Okay. So let's go. I enter 12. We're good to go. 11. Age not this. So let me enter. Wow. Awesome.
What are you catching? Try. Wait.
Error.
What is going on here now? Except value error. V2. Age equal to impute. Int impute. Remove the int from age. Remove the int.
Okay.
Yeah. Remove the brackets as well. That should solve it.
So let's go with the last one. That's all.
Okay. Put a sentence and I will tell you why it is not working now. I'll tell you why it is giving us. And I want someone just run the program first. Run the program. No. Remove the int. Remove the int. Remove the int. You can put it. Yes. Remove the int. Oh Lord. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Try that as well.
Python 3. So I have 12.
Okay.
I have 11.
Okay.
I have 10.
Good. Now, who can tell me why we are still having age, not 12? Let me see if we are following. Who can tell me?
I think 10.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
10 being the input, that which is not an integer, but it's not an integer.
Okay, though I didn't hear you. Now, why we are still having age, not 12, is coming from the conditions we applied. We said age. That means whatever age is, once that age is not equal to 12, whatever the age is, when it is not equal to 12, it is going to give us age, not 12, right? So whether you entered a sentence or not, so it's still going to give us age, not 12. Excuse, let me take a call. Okay, do you understand that? Do you understand what I said?
Yes.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay, now it's just like when you are given a condition, we are saying age, please enter your age. And we said if age is not equal to 12, for example, we have a club, and we said it is only those that are 12 years old should enter, or those that have a specific type of clothes should enter. So whatever clothes you are coming in the club with, if you are not wearing that particular type of clothes, okay, let me use school uniform as an example. We have a particular uniform that is accepted in every school, and you're coming to school with not that particular uniform, no matter the type of clothes you're wearing, as long as it is not that uniform, the gate man at the gate will tell you to go back and change your uniform. So that is basically what is happening there. Whether we are using a different data type or the same data type, as long as the condition there is not equal to 12, it is going to give us whatever thing that we asked to print. Is that understood?
Sir, but I was thinking it also printed age.
Sorry, come again.
So I think it's printed age, not even when we put the age.
No. You shouldn't. Mr. Hamplos, please. Your screen, we can't see it. Or is it only me? Can we see his screen?
No, sir.
Not only.
Okay, if you have been running the program, if you have been writing the program, yes, please mute. So if you have been following along, just run the program again. Put in the exact number 12. Okay, if you put in the exact number 12, let me see what the result is going to be. Who have been following?
We can't see the screen now.
Okay. Oh, I think he's disconnected. Ah, shit. Give me a minute. I'm coming. Let me.
Sorry, I lost my network.
Oh, okay. Please share your screen. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone said that. Let's go through the codes again. We said try age equal to impute enter your age. Okay. Remember this impute now is meant to be a string. Okay. Now we are saying if age not equal to 12. Okay, so whatever the user imputes, if it is not equal to 12, we should print age, not 12. Else, we should print you are good to go, right? So if the user mistakenly puts in a value that is not what is expected, okay, it should give us impute must be number, but we entered type age. Okay. Now run the program again, Mr. Hamplos. This time you need to put in 12.
Okay. So I put in 12.
Yep. Age, not 12. Okay.
Yes, it's not 12, not false. Because it's not a string when you input something.
Good. Now, since we have this,
Hello.
who is talking?
Mr. Douglas, it's Mr. here.
Okay.
I've been here.
Oh wow.
I don't know if it's still remaining much. The time, please. Just continue.
Yes, we are almost rounding up. Okay, look at what we need to do now. That 12 that is in age, no, not there. That 12 that is in age not equal to 12, convert it to string. Wait. Impute enter your age if age not equal to. Okay, let's test and see. Test it first. Let's see. Put 12. Okay, that solves it. Right? Age not 12. What did you do again? Okay, enter the 11. Enter.
Mr. Douglas.
Yes.
Let's use tomorrow to fix this code.
No, we are fixing it tonight. What is the error again? Was it showing any other error? Wait. Oh Lord. I can't see your screen. Oh.
It's not
Okay.
It's not within this step.
Accept value error. It's a value print input must be. Okay. Yes, now that's what it's supposed to do. Except value error. Input must be number, but you entered. Oh.
Is there a way
Sorry?
Is there a way of clearing in VS Code?
I can hear you.
Is there a way of clearing cache in VS Code?
Please, who heard what he said?
Is
Where is there in VS Code?
Network.
Yes, I think Mr. Bruce is saying that is there a way to check in VS Code?
Okay, no. That is. I understand what is happening here. Now, the condition there. This condition now. You remember, Python runs its code line by line. Okay, so the condition there is affecting the value error. That is exactly what is happening here. The condition we have there, if age not equal to, is still affecting the value error that we have here. Okay, so once it reaches there and check, okay, to age not equal to string 12, it executes whatever thing that we have there before getting to the value error. That is basically what is happening there. So we need to find a way to make it work properly. Okay, so what we need to do, wait, let me think again.
So out of that line 61, it's not like that's, it's not printing the...
That's what I'm saying now. Line 61 is part of the if, right? We've learned of if else. So before it reaches the exception value error, it checks if age not equal to the string of 12. And if it is not, it's going to print age not 12. Okay? So if it is, it's going to print you are good to go. So it takes the condition there before it reaches the value error. That is what is happening here.
Okay.
Yep. So, Mr. Hamplos, please comment out the conditions. Let's just leave age. Comment out the conditions. And
can I say something? Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I think he's doing the right thing. I wanted to suggest you put an integer to the variable age, understand, and then remove the string we did with the at the if block.
This is the main problem here. Age.
What is happening here now?
This thing like this we work. This thing like this will work, but I don't know why. Maybe you should try it on the error you are getting. If it is my VS Code that is having the error.
Okay, look at what we're going to do. For the sake of time, okay, I'll write this code. Can we hear me?
Try the code, type it on your end. If you get the same error, then you know what is wrong. But this code like this ought to work well. Are we together?
Yes, Chief. We are.